ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు ఈ సభ ఏర్పాటు చేశారో చిన్నారులందరూ మీ అందరికి కూడా నా హృదయపూర్వక నమస్కారాలు తెలియజేస్తాను. డెమోగ్రాఫిక్ డివిడెండ్ అంటే నార్మల్గా మనకు డెవలప్డ్ కంట్రీస్లో ఎప్పుడు కూడా ఎప్పటి నుంచో పాపులేషన్ కంట్రోల్ అయి ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి ఏజ్డ్ వాళ్ళు ఎక్కువ ఉండడము, పనికి ఎవరైతే పనికి వచ్చే వాళ్ళు ఉంటారో తక్కువ వయసు ఉండేవాళ్ళు తక్కువ ఉంటారనమాట. వెరాజ్ ఇండియా ఈజ్ ఇన్ అ పర్టికులర్ స్టేట్ వేర్ వీ హ్యావ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ హూ ఆర్ యంగ్, ఎనర్జెటిక్ అండ్ రెడీ టు వర్క్. అయితే దట్స్ కాల్డ్ a demographic dividend which we have to capitalize and make use. So this is a big advantage for India and so as a big advantage for Andhra Pradesh. There is one other big advantage that Andhra Pradesh has. Guess what it is? The big advantage that we have is a young and energetic Chief Minister. I think it deserves a big applause. It's very difficult to get a Chief Minister who is young and energetic and వేవ్ లెంగ్త్ కానీ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ కానీ ఆలోచన విధానం కానీ మన యూత్ ఎవరైతే ఉండారో ఆ యూత్కు కనెక్ట్ అయ్యే విధంగా ఉన్న వయసు అనేది చాలా తక్కువ అని చెప్పి మీ అందరికీ నేను తెలియజేస్తాను. దే సో మచ్ ఆఫ్ అ డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ హ్యావింగ్ అ హెడ్ ఆఫ్ అ స్టేట్ who is 75 years old and having a head of a state who is 50 years old. So we have to realize that. And even though he appears very simple, I think you can all see him sitting very simple, wearing a white shirt and a khaki trouser, but at the same time I can tell you he has so much of knowledge on various fields, from agriculture to fisheries to industries to anything you name it, he has it. అంటే నేనేం పొగడ్డం లేదు. Just now we were visiting a few stalls over there. So there was one company, Avery, who makes electric vehicles, EV scooters here in Vizag. So వాళ్ళ స్టాల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసేటప్పుడు the youngsters over there were showing us అనమాట. ఈ బ్యాటరీ ఈ విధంగా ఉంటుంది సార్, we make this particular instrument which prevents any blast that takes place charging. అంటే సీఎం గారు వెంటనే ఏమడిగినారంటే అన్ని చూసిన తర్వాత ఇదంతా సీల్ చేసినారు కదమ్మా, సీల్ చేస్తే వెంటిలేషన్ ఎట్లా ఈ బ్యాటరీకి అని అడిగినారు అనమాట. that boy was taken away. He said, no sir, ఇది శాంపుల్ ఇక్కడ పెట్టినాం కానీ స్కూటర్ లోపల పెట్టినప్పుడు మాత్రం దానికి వెంటిలేషన్. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద సార్ట్ ఆఫ్ నాలెడ్జ్ హీ హ్యాస్. అండ్ he believes in every individual in the state of AP shall have an equal opportunity to skilling without any barrier. ఏ బ్యారియర్ లేకుండా కూడా ఈక్వల్ ఆపర్చునిటీ ఉండాలా, కులమతాలు భేదాలు లేకుండా, ఆర్థిక స్తోమత భేదాలు లేకుండా ఎవ్రీబడి షుడ్ హ్యావ్ అన్ ఆపర్చునిటీ అని. ఉదాహరణకు మీరు చూడండి, ద కంట్రీ ఆఫ్ సింగపూర్. ఇఫ్ యూ లుక్ అట్ సింగపూర్, ద జర్నీ దట్ సింగపూర్ హ్యాస్ టేకన్, అక్కడ స్కిల్లింగ్ అనేది there is no age bar, no bar on anything. Even 60-70-year-old people also are getting skilled so that they just don't sit idle at home. So it might not be just to make a living, but at the same time nobody sits idle. So that's the sort of environment that our honorable Chief Minister envisages for our state. And now if you look at the difference between developed countries and developing countries, so developed countries, what happens is formal education that they undergo, when it comes to implementation, actual usage of that education, they have a way where it seamlessly flows. అంటే ఉదాహరణకు a+b² equals a²b² 2ab అంటే we in the developing countries normally tend to just think a+b² formula, but you go to the developed country, there why does a+b² translate into a²b² 2ab and what is the application of that formula into actual life anedi. So that is exactly what we and our Chief Minister envisages in the state of Andhra Pradesh, and also making a living and a livelihood with dignity and self-respect. So this is also what he sincerely actually envisages for our state. And when it comes to skilling, we also have to realize that it is not necessary that everybody is highly educated. Good, if somebody is highly educated, well and good, but every person, every citizen should have an opportunity to make a living and a livelihood irrespective of what the education is. All of us need not become doctors, all of us need not become engineers. Whatever we do, we have to do it with a passion, with what we like, and also the best in the form of addition to what we learn in the form of skilling. So that's how this skilling paradigm in Andhra Pradesh has taken shape. Here what we have done, unlike any other state in the country, we have made a fusion of general education and general knowledge with vocational training. ఈ రెండు మిక్స్ చేయడం వలన this is the skilling ecosystem, the cascading ecosystem that we have, and we are the only state, I can tell you very proudly, in the country who have done this. Here what we have done is NSQF, the National Skill Qualification Framework that is there. There are 10 levels. First to fourth is normally basic skills. So that we have formed something called a skill hub at the bottom of the pyramid. And then we have the NSQF levels of 5 to 8. 9 and 10 are of the very higher levels. So 5 to 8, this is what we have implemented in something called skill colleges and centers of excellence. On top of the pyramid, that's in the mid, on top of the pyramid we have the skill university. So this entire pyramid was actually the design, I can tell you, of the Chief Minister alone. It was he who gave us the design of a pyramid and we started working on it. That's the reason I told you in the beginning itself, he appears to be very unassuming, but he has a depth into everything that happens. And with regard to the skilling framework that we have established here, the important point is participation of industry into our skilling. So we can see now here representatives of various industries on the stage. We have Taj Group of Hotels, Dixon Technologies, Wheels India Limited, Avera Mobility, Here Technologies, and Skilling Council, MEPS, Retailers Association Skilling Council, Beauty and Wellness Skilling Council, Greenco, Apollo MedSkills, Vadwani, NASCOM, Divis, Kia, Boeing, you name it, we have it. And we also have all other industries in the form of Ramki, JBMI, Hetero, Kia, JSW Cement, Kims, Samsung, Coromandel. So this is what we have done. We have actually partnered with industry so that industry contributes to our skilling and our skilling education, technical education, nursing education, hospitality education, in such a way that we are aware of what the industry actually needs. And participation of the industry in the form of faculty, in the form of laboratory development or improvement, this actually makes our skilled workforce ready to be employed. And putting all this into one nutshell, now we have formed what is called Bhavita, what is being launched today by our Honorable Chief Minister. So Bhavita, again I have to tell you something, sir, about the logo. The logo Bhavita actually, it took a lot of innovation to get there. So Bhavita is a sun and a horse that is flying in the sun. So that actually horse portrays freedom and strength and endurance. And the backdrop being the radiant sun, the source of energy and life on our planet. This composition actually, it reflects movement, eternal progression, positivity and perfection. Initially when we wanted to design a logo, we had a lot of these consultants coming in. So they designed a logo with protractor, scale, compass, etc. I said, no, not protractor, everybody has a protractor. Then again they came back with nut, bolt, spanner. I said, no nut, no bolt. We have to actually come along with something that represents our state, our energy, and what our Honorable Chief Minister actually wants for the state. So that's how I'm proud to say today that we have come out with that logo. And with regard to the modernization, we have actually used the connect with the industry to modernize both our curriculum courses to suit today's requirement and also to suit the industry 4.0 requirement. And the initiative of the government in actually giving financial assistance to the students in the form of Vidya Divana, Vasati Divana, Jaganana Vidya Divana, Jaganana Vasati Divana actually helped give a manifold help to educating our children. And now I also have to tell you on this autumn occasion that the skilling that we have done compared to the skilling that was done in the past. There were many governments in the past. In fact, we had a government from 2014 to 19, the youngest state in the country, as our Principal Secretary just said. 2014 to 19 also skilling happened. Nobody can say this particular skilling happened. Now here proudly we can say we have SEMS, Center of Excellence for Marine and Shipping, where we provide a NSQF 6 level. Anybody who studies there is employed by the time he passes out. We have MSME, we have Indian Institute of Hospitality in Nellore. You name it, we have it. And then we have the skill hubs where everybody who goes to a skill hub actually studies there